Toefl Writing Sample 4. Toefl Strategy, 20 sets of transition words, or phrases. 14 to 18. To show disagreement. Object, to. Disagree with. Contradicts. Doesn't support. Is invalid. These arguments, one by one, can be challenged. Is absurd, or ridiculous, unfounded, illogical, not to be taken seriously. Has no scientific basis. Dispute. To choose one option over another. Might be the better option. Make/s it a better policy. It's beneficial/better, or positive. It's detrimental, worse, negative. Is true, or false. The assertion that seem to offer strong arguments for, or against is better, worse, than. To show similarity just as. In the same way. Similarly. Likewise. As in, as with, as was. To show purpose. In order to. For. So that. So as to. To show purpose. In order to. For. So that. So as to. To show evidence, or, give an example. As evidence of. The legitimacy of. Such as. For example. A few of these are. In the case of. In addition. For one thing, for another. Sample essay. Essay topics. Some students work while studying. This often results in lacking time for education and constantly feeling under pressure. What do you think are the causes of this? What solutions can you suggest? How to answer this task? Introduce the topic. Just restate your topic and write that the given problem has causes and can be solved. Write down the main causes and explain them. In the second paragraph, describe each cause of the given problem, shortly explaining it. Suggest solutions. Propose some solutions and say why they should work. Write a short conclusion. Briefly summarize what you have written. Suggesting a solution. Working during education would be difficult for students to concentrate on. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Some students work while studying. This often results in lacking time for education and constantly feeling under pressure. What do you think are the causes of this? What solutions can you suggest? Write at least 250 words. Model answer. With the advent of online courses and the fact that MAs are no longer the exclusive pursuit of the intellectual elite, more and more people are studying and working to subsidize these studies. This often results in lacking time for education and constantly feeling under pressure. The underlying cause is that not only that college fees are going up but also lodging. In fact, the cost of living is expensive. Most people have no choice but to get a part-time job or give their studies up completely. I believe that education should be free and open to anyone with the capacity to benefit from it. In these days of the economy being reliant on the service sector, education is of paramount importance. The problem being that the cost of clothing and feeding yourself, and what with the cost of transport, studying is a luxury. The solution would be taxing the rich a little more, cutting down on civil servants' pay and increasing taxes on junk food. This would mean that the government could pay for the buildings, staffing and upkeep. Apart from the government intervening, I think large companies should get tax incentives to pay for future employees to go through college. The other solution is promoting free or very cheap e-learning. Such a form of distance education doesn't require a lot of resources to be maintained. What's more, students don't have to leave their homes and can plan their schedules the way they prefer. In conclusion, I believe that financial commitments oblige students to work, but there are solutions to this problem. Expressing personal opinions. In my opinion. Personally, I think that. It seems to me that. I must admit that. I believe, or suppose that. I cannot deny that. As I see it. As far as I'm concerned. I would argue that. I'd like to point out that, in my experience, very strong opinions. I am sure that. I am convinced that. I am certain that. Example, I would argue that computers are rather beneficial for kids.